And welcome back to part 10 of What If Goku and Radditz had gone to Earth together. So, to quickly address a few questions that got brought up from last video. Question 1, and this was a recently brought up one. Both, in fact, were very recently brought up. Is Radditz dating anyone? I mean, it's not technically his duty to repopulate the Saiyan race, but also he's a man, and I'm sure, like Kakarot, his brother, and his father, that he would want to maybe find someone, a strong one to repopulate with, and have a family, all that. Now it would not be Bulma. Bulma does in fact have Trunks, and she did in fact get with Yamcha in this version. So this version of Trunks is from Yamcha's bloodline. But eventually, yeah, I think come Super, he has found someone to settle down with, a strong woman who, gets my Saiyan dander up. But that's by Super. But yes, Rads would probably eventually find someone. I have no doubt about that. Now, give me 1 second here, because there was another question that got brought up in the same let me sure I didn't set that off, in the same video, but I don't remember off the top of my head what it was. I don't have the questions in front of me. I'm getting them up right now. But it was another one that I felt I should probably address in the video before I get to the actual video. That's what I basically will usually do. Okay. Where were the questions that were? Okay, there it is. With Vegeta basically controlling the empire being the reigning empire of the universe, would there be any stragglers from the Frieza Force left to cause a Resurrection F arc? There could be, but as you also mentioned, I don't usually point out who says these things, just because, whatever. But you mentioned that Kami keeps a closer tab on the Dragon Balls on Earth. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The Dragon Balls ultimately stay on the lookout in this version. Like, they're there when they are needed, so for them to get the Dragon Balls, they're going to have to sneak past Kami and Popo, and possibly Piccolo. Oh, no, Piccolo, I just said that without realizing, oh yeah, Piccolo's not around. But basically, he's going to have to sneak up, they're going to have to sneak up past Kami, who far exceeds anything they got, including Vegeta and Nappa, and Popo, who no one gets past Popo. But yeah, so there you go. That's kind of the answers there. But anyway, we left off with Buu being released. Now, Buu's power, unfortunately, is only maybe close to 50%. Buu's really only about half strength at the moment. Not even. But still, Buu is going to be somewhat of a problem. Now, power-wise, it's not that big of an issue. Even Gohan at this point could take on Buu and be okay. Raditz, Kakarot, and Bardock alone are either one of them alone are more than twice as strong as Buu is. But the problem is Buu is a being born of magic. His body is magically based. And he has magical abilities like turning people into candy, for God's sake. And then absorbing them. Even in a weaker form, he can still take a hell of a lot of damage. So they still sense Buu's power. And they are off-put by it, absolutely. Like, even though their power still very much exceeds his, there's something not right about this power. It's like, Buu? It's Buu? Hi, Buu. Who are you? It's like, I'm Babidi. I am the son of the master who created you. Now, please, would you like that? Would you like candy? And it's like, Buu, I just want candy. It's like, Buu, would you like candy? They are candy. You should devour them, Buu. Buu, they're candy? Indeed. They're also keeping all the candy from you, Buu. They keep candy from Buu? Buu, smash them! And they're all just like, meanwhile, Shin is shitting his pants right now. Just, it can't be. Like, is this thing real? Is this thing really Buu? It's like, there's been no change to him. Buu gonna make you candy now. And I can't do that high pitched Buu. It's that you get in the dub, but I can do a decent Buu when I want to. Buu, turn you into candy now, and just turn him into fire. Say, get out of the way, and unfortunately, Kibito, who did get resurrected, mind you, or who didn't die. Actually, no, yeah, I'm sorry. Kibito was the one who was killed. I could see this being like someone, I guess honestly, I guess maybe accidentally being Gohan, because I do think Gohan, because did say Gohan went there. Gohan isn't fast enough to get out of the way, as he is the weakest one among the four, not including Shin, but still. And there's Gohan, and then Boo shows up, just Boo like chocolate, Gohan, and Kakarot's just. It's like, and Radditz like, did that pink bastard just eat Gohan? It's like, he didn't just eat him, he turned him into a freaking piece of chocolate. I'm gonna kill him. And then all of a sudden they're just feeling, and they stop as they're feeling this seething rage coming off of Kakarot. Just I love those moments too where you just see in Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z, or even Super, where you just see that character really holding back the anger as best they can, but you get that grunt and just that, I actually love, because that someone is pissed. Like, they're just like, I am going to wreck everything that you stand for. Your shit, your face, and your shit face. Yeah, I just kind of like those seething rage moments. But they just feel, and it's just like, oh, you wish to play with Boo too? Now remember, Boo gets stronger with the people he absorbs, because he absorbs that power into himself. That's why he ultimately turned into Super Boo. It was basically a combination of his evil side, good side, all that merged together. But that also makes sense why he was much stronger. Like, Vegeta has much trouble against him as he did, because when you really break it down, based on the power he got from Gohan, when you factor in that Gohan's full Super Saiyan 2 was only about half Boo's power, and that Gohan was weaker than his Cell Games counterpart, and that when you actually match power levels up, Goku and Vegeta are about like 2,000 killi, whatever the conversion rate is for killi to standard power level, stronger than Deborah. Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta and Goku were actually more than likely stronger than Majin Buu when he first came out. But remember, he ate Deborah and therefore took on all of Deborah's power, and all that power went to Buu. So that jumped him well above those two in terms of their Super Saiyan forms, Super Saiyan 2 forms. And I feel like him eating Gohan would do the same. So it's like, it's like, Kakarot, I know you're running, but I'm good. But remember, we have the Dragon Balls. We can wish Gohan back. Which Kakarot does. He's still, he's simmering somewhere. It's no longer just, it's like, you're right. But that doesn't mean I'm going easy on this bastard. It's like, just stay away from that beam and we'll be good. And it's like, he's mine. And Kakarot just disappears, sheer speed. He's already at Super Saiyan 2. Just boom, gut checks Boo. Just boom, and just literally starts wailing into it. Just starts blasting, but Boo keeps reforming because Boo's body has literally survived atomization. Like, when he was in the Heartball time chair, mind you, this is Super Boo, when they blew all of his body parts to, like, just nothing, he was still able to reform. It took the power of the Spirit Ball with all that positive energy to put Boo down, ultimately. That's not also to say that Boo probably couldn't be destroyed by just a powerful attack. We know Beerus could easily take down Boo. But, the point is that he's extremely difficult to take down. So at the power they're at right now, it's just simply not enough. But Goku's just looking, and then Radz and Bardock get it, and they're all just triple teaming Boo, and they're able to keep Boo at bay. Boo can't match all three of them at the same time. That's just, he can't do it. Even though he does, like, copy to Kamehameha, all that stuff. But the problem is they can't put Boo down. Like, they all do like a group Kamehameha. Boo, though, counters with his own Kamehameha and takes a giant chunk out of him. And Boo is a little slower to regenerate, but he's still, Boo! So, and they're all starting to tire out too. Just, it's like, what the hell is it going to take to put this guy down? You can't put him down. Boo is invincible, and I wish everyone will fear me. In my family's name, once more, we shall reign terror across the cosmos. Boo just wants chocolate. Boo wants his candy. Yes, Boo. Yes, like I said, they are candy, and they have the candy, but they don't want you to have the candy, Boo, so you're going to have to take it to them. Or they wouldn't use that wording per se, but you're going to have to take the candy from them, Boo. Boo! Boo turn you back into candy! It's like, watch out! Boo comes in, and now Boo also learns very quickly, starting to wail on them. Now, their powers are, power level-wise, all three of them are still above Boo, I imagine. But that isn't to say, though, that they're having an easy time, because they're tiring out. Like, they don't have the stamina Boo has, unfortunately. Boo can tire out too, though, we find out later in the series. But it takes a lot more to tire him out, just because of the natural state of his body. But ultimately, it's just like, that's it! I've had it with you! He grabs Boo, like, you can't Boo hug! Boo give you big hug! And just starts to absorb Goku, but Kakarot. But Kakarot's like, no, you won't. And Boo's like, Boo! And Kakarot's just like, now, the Oozaru form usually always takes the moon. But I always rationalize that with enough training, you could probably do it consciously. You could go into Oozaru consciously. Focus on the idea of the moon, all that, blah, blah, blah. Now, the whole concept of the moon also is that there are apparently flux waves that turn you into the Oozaru, and that's what happens in GT, except reverse, where the flux waves from the Earth, not the moon, turning Goku, so forth and so on. So apparently there is some sort of like wave, like radiation that does it. But I imagine because, they have to dig deep into it, they can do it subconsciously. Or consciously. So, Goku's focusing is like, this is for my son, you pig bastard! And Kakarot, starts to just, mind you, he's transforming while he's still transformed. And he isn't at Super Saiyan, he's at Super Saiyan 2. So, they're all like, damn it, he's transforming, get out of the way! And they get Shin out. There's like, wait, what's Goku doing? It's like, he's doing the one thing he's doing something we haven't really figured out yet. And just, Boo's now actually scared. Like, Boo's like, and just starts smacking Boo around, and just energy blast him. Just, the giant mouth laser they do. It's like, what is he? And he just looks at Bobby, just, and Bobby just gets incinerated. Boo is able to get back up, but now Boo's like, and the Kakarot just does an energy blast, and just similar to what happened with Frieza, just roasts him inside of a Kamehameha, basically, just forms it while he's in his punch. Boo's trying to get out of there, but he's just roasting, incinerating, and Kakarot's making sure. It's like, you're gone, no more. And sure enough, Boo is gone. It's like, yay! And so I say, he did it. Boo and Bobbity, they're both gone. Wow, my Shin just turned really weird, and almost like into a Harry Potter. Boo and Bobbity, they're gone. Kakarot did it. Yeah, he did it, all right. This is not going to be good. It's like, why? He's on our side, right? There's a reason we haven't perfected this form yet. And what do you mean? And all of a sudden they hear the stub, just stomping around. Like, sees them, say, we can control our 8 form, and we control our Super Saiyan forms, but we can't control them together yet. Get out of the way! And Kakarot's now blasting at them. Now, ultimately, this just results in them having to basically knock his ass straight out. Fortunately, because of the little stipulation that bigger you are, the bigger your blind spot is, so they quickly just teleport and just boom, smack him. I hit myself a little harder on that than I meant to. I actually felt a little jolt there, no, that's fine. I'm not actually even hurting myself. I didn't even hurt myself on lots, but I hit myself with just enough force to feel a little bit of it's like, whoa, which now makes more sense when you see someone kind of like chop someone in the back of the neck to knock them out. How that could work. A hard enough chop could do that. That always bugged me in movies where I saw them, like, how does that really work? But now, like, every now and then when I do it like that for effect and I hit myself a little too hard, I can feel like the little jolt. So I'm like, okay, hard enough it could knock you out. I get it. But so yeah, Kakarot basically is now just butt naked. Shin makes him some new clothes. Like, Kibito is lost. Goku's son is lost. Don't worry about it. Yeah, it sucks. Trust me. Trust me, it sucks. I can't. I can't imagine what it's like to lose your son again. Lose your son. Fortunately, though, we have ways of fixing this. And sure enough, they head over to the commies. Goku's got new clothes. He wakes up and says, "Sorry about you going beyond the limit. I didn't want to have to do that. Let's not tell Chi-Chi this happened." He's like, "Good call." And Goku and they use the Dragon Balls. Gohan gets brought back, obviously. It's like, "Oh, it's like, son." It's like, "Hey, Dad." I was like, that was not fun. I'm sorry, son. I couldn't say it. It's like, yeah, it's cool, Dad. It's cool. You didn't mean it. You didn't mean anything by it. So Buu is gone, and Bobby's gone. So if I'm not mistaken, Dragon Ball Super takes place a few months after the Buu Saga. It's really not that long after the Buu Saga. A few months to a few years, if I'm not mistaken. In that time, they still are working on the Uzaru Super Saiyan form. They're closer, and they're working on like a breakthrough through it, but they can't do it yet. And there's a reason for that, and it will get addressed in this video because we still got plenty of time. Obviously, now Goku has never trained with King Kai. He doesn't know King Kai or anything like that, so they're just on Earth, celebrating Bulma's birthday, all that. Beerus obviously wakes up, go to King Kai. Then he goes to... And Kami doesn't join the lookout, although Dende did, but whatever. Kami is, Kami. He does what he does. But he does sense... because he's younger, more powerful, and has probably been training, he can... I imagine Kami could sense Divine Ki, because Dende couldn't, but he could figure out that Beerus was a god. So I imagine that Kami, being older, wiser, more experienced, and more training, could sense it. And he says, like, "It can't be." And before he arrives over at the party, he does show up at the lookout. Now, by the way, we should point out, are the Dragon Balls the big prize for Bulma's party? Well, no. I mean, they could ask, "Hey, Kami, can we shoot the Dragon Balls?" Like, no. Dende's not. Dende might let that happen. Kami ain't letting that happen. It's like, no, figure something else out. I'll agree to one wish on the Dragon Balls, but they're staying with me. I'll stop by when the party's been when you're ready to we're ready to announce the wish. But only one wish. It's like, fine, party pooper. It's my party, and they're my Dragon Balls. Hey, we got you there, Bulma. But yeah, he senses Beerus and Whis there. It's like, so you're the one they call Kami, is that right? Yes. I'm not familiar. You'll forgive me, but I'm not quite familiar with you. Now, keep in mind, Kami is old, but there's no... Because Dende didn't know who he was. Piccolo didn't know who he was. Remember, Piccolo was fused with Kami, so he had Kami's wisdom and knowledge. I don't think Kami had any knowledge of Beerus or a god of destruction. So you'll have to forgive my rudeness, but I'm not sure I'm acquainted or familiar with you. This is a bit of a Blackwater platter, and I'm not surprised. No, I'm Lord Beerus, the god of destruction of the seventh universe. The seventh universe. You are aware you live in the universe 7, right? Actually, Lord Beerus, most mortals don't even know there are other universes, so it's very possible he's not aware of it at all. Good point. But enough small talk. I'm here because I'm told that I might be able to find the whereabouts of the Super Saiyan God. Super Saiyan God. Now, because Shenron knew about it, and it is apparently in the Namekian Book of Legend, it is possible Kami knew something about this. Probably not much, but he knew something about this. Like, perhaps when he studied back in the day, or when he was still on Namek, there was something he heard about. It's very... King Kai is like, yes, my first meeting didn't really yield any results. Perhaps you would be able to excuse me. Oh, I apologize. I just said there. Perhaps you'd be able to perhaps you'd have some information that he didn't. I know very little, but I can't say I know much, but I can say I've heard the name. What's more information than the Kai gave me? Go on. Only in the Namekian Book of Legend, back in my youth. And basically, he talks about a being where 6 individuals came together and created the Super Saiyan gods. I see. So that's how it's done. I'm also told there are Saiyans down there. Is that right? It's like, and Kami's now very just like, Because, like, he knows not only can he not take this guy on, if for some reason he wants to kill me, that screws the Dragon Balls over, and we might need the Dragon Balls to deal with whatever this guy does to the planet. It's like, yes, there are Saiyans down there. There are Gine, I actually got to count at this point. Gine, Kakarot, Gohan, Goten, Radditz, Bardock. So, hey, you got it for the gods. You got enough for the gods. There's like 6 to be precise. Now, someone did bring up, wouldn't Bardock and Gine have another kid at this point? They might. And sometimes when I've had them live, they might have another kid. I mean, they're a married couple. They clearly have sexual attraction to each other, and they're clearly going to do it more times than just the two. So, but that doesn't always mean pregnancy or anything like that. Regardless. So, it's like, Whis is like, I found them. They appear to be on a cruise, they on some cruise vessel in the ocean. Oh, they seem to be having a party with so many wonderful foods. And Beerus like, food, you say? Well, 2 birds, 1 stone. Thank you, Connie. You will be very enlightening. You're very delightful. And, before he goes like, just answer me something, please. What is it? Do you mean any harm to this planet? I am the guardian of this planet, Earth. A guardian of Earth. And it's my job to protect it. I'm aware I can't do anything. I don't have the power to stop you. I just ask you, please, don't let any harm come to this planet. And Beerus kind of just stares like, my interests in this planet are purely my own. What little interest I have in this planet, it has to do with the Super Saiyan God and possibly the great cuisine. I have no interest of actually destroying. I had no interest today of destroying this planet. But if something were to irritate me, that could definitely change. But we'll leave it at that. And, they go off. Now, they show up, and Kami quickly say, okay, Kakarot, Bardock, this Beerus is coming. Now, the only one of them who would probably know who Beerus is Bardock. And it probably isn't even through much, because Beerus probably didn't have much interaction with any of the Saiyans outside of Vegeta's family. But Bardock may have, through the grapevine, heard something of a person named Beerus. And he briefly says, he's like, he's the god of destruction, da-da-da-da-da. It's like, no, damn it all. It's like, hello there. And, he helps himself. And ultimately, he's enjoying the food. And it's just, well, enough of that, though. I'm here for the Super Saiyan God. Now, which one of you is it? It's like, I don't think any of us are a Super Saiyan God. Yes, you must have the wrong person. And Beerus is getting irritated. He's like, all 3 of you are Saiyans, powerful ones at that. Even the boy there is pretty strong, I can tell. But I'm looking for a diamond in the rough. And the more they're like, we don't know how to do it. Yeah, we know how to bring the Saiyan God here. Just takes this many Saiyans doing that. He explains, like, we don't really look. This is my friend's party and stuff like that. So we don't really. We're not looking for a fight. But Kakarot's like, actually, I wouldn't mind a fight. It's like, I mean, it was like, what? It's like, oh, don't worry, we're not gonna wreck the boat or anything. But I mean, it'd be kind of cool if you're as strong as you're saying. It's like, I'm the strongest. I'm one of the strongest beings in this entire universe. You do well to remember that. Awesome. Maybe we can go. Like, we'll do the whole God thing, but first, can we maybe go toe to toe? Really? Never have had anyone bare their teeth at me, or whatever he said. Sure, why not? And quickly he gets taken down because he can't even do Rosario Super Saiyan at this point, so he gets taken down very quick. So afterwards they agree, they do the ritual. And Kakarot's like, all right, now let's try this ritual thing. And then he turns into the Super Saiyan God, and they have their clash. And Goku, I think, fares a little bit better in this clash than he does in the original one. Definitely. But he still doesn't beat Beerus. But this is different than when Beerus came to Earth prior, because no one has really destroyed him. He got his pudding. No one has really been bugging him or anything like that. They acquiesced to his request. So ultimately, while Goku loses, like, well, that was quite the fight indeed. And they say, thank you for the party, and thank you for your time. Your food was quite delicious, especially the pudding. Indeed, Beerus, we'll be in touch. And They say their goodbyes and all that, and Bulma's pissed. They ruined my party. It's like, no, not really. I mean, me and him went out and had a huge fight, but no, nothing's broken. The party can still keep going. And sure enough, like, I suppose that's true. And come on, everybody, gonna do that conga beat. Is everybody to shake out conga beat? They just do the music and all that stuff. I don't think that's what would happen, but I just watched that episode was on earlier today, Futurama, where Bender turned human. He just do conga beat. He's just shaking your party. So yeah. Now where do we go from there? Well, we're at the 25-minute mark. Yes, Whis eventually comes back to Earth, hanging out with Bulma, eating food. I think this is less about Bulma keeping Whis happy, although I think that is part of it. I think she does legitimate. I don't think Bulma was just conniving with Whis to keep him there to keep him happy. I do think she liked Whis as a guy, he was a fun guy. Yeah, eventually Goku meets up with Whis, and him and Bardock and Radditz do go train and eventually hit Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Blue. Now, the Resurrection F arc, like I said, doesn't happen because while there are probably remnants of Frieza's forces out there, they'd have to get the Dragon Balls from Kami, and Kami would rip their shit. Like I said, Kami's going to wreck their shit, wreck their face, and wreck their shit face to get those Dragon Balls. And Popo's no slouch either. But I mean, granted, Popo's power level is very inconsistent. He scares young kid Goku, but we don't know if he could have helped with Reds. But when Goten and Trunks are in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber and he comes to see them and he scares them, they go Super Saiyan, and he's still able to block them in Super Saiyan, which means he can keep up with they're low-level Super Saiyans, don't get me wrong, they're kids, but he can still keep up with people whose power levels are clearly in the millions. So where Popo's real strength lies, we have no idea. But they still have to get through Popo, and nobody messes with Popo. The pecking order. But yeah, so honestly, we'd actually be heading into the tournament, Universe 6 tournament arc after that. And that was a short arc, but it was a fun arc. I liked it. And plus, showed off the Kaioken times 10 blue form, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 10. Badass moment. Super for all of Super the anime, for all of its faults, and it certainly had a lot of them. Had a lot of badass moments too. The Kaioken times Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 10. Hit being introduced as a cool character. Goku Black Arc had some cool its problems, but seeing Vegeta Blue, freaking awesome. And honestly, the Tournament of Power I think is where a lot of the best moments came from. Because we got Ultra Instinct, we got you got the team up match at the end. You get some good moments with Gohan. You get the Roshi fight is one of my favorite Tournament of Power episodes. Was the Roshi fight. Eat well, sleep well, and learn well. The Turtle Style is with you, the greatest Kamehameha. Great, I love it. I actually really liked it. Again, the faults are there. That's not perfect. I'm not going to pretend it is, but it was still good. I thought it was actually a pretty solid arc. Anyway, I digress. That's where we're leaving it off with the Universe 6 tournament coming up. Honestly, that will actually make probably part 11 the last part, because that's not going to take very long. We'll focus mostly on the Goku Black and the Tournament of Power arc after that, and I can do both of those in one video. And the Universe, like I said, the Universe 6 arc isn't going to take that long. And then we just have to address Broly. I do not read the manga. I do keep up with the manga to a degree. I know what's happening in it. But I don't read the manga, so I never go into the manga, because the manga also is very different than the anime. So for me to continue past the Tournament of Power, which also went very different in the anime versus the manga, but for me to go beyond that, go into the Moro arc and the Galactic Patrol arc, and now the Granola, if I'm not mistaken, arc, doesn't make a lot of sense, because it's just so different, so drastically different. But anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, who wants to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas for who would win, Star Wars, Superhero, Magic, what if, anything to do with the channel. Put that in the comments below as well. I'll get to that at some point. Thanks for watching. Hit that bell if you want to be notified. I'll see you folks tomorrow, because this is Saturday's video. I'm actually pre-recording it Friday, so I'll have it up in the morning. Plus, I got to do my who would win and what if today. So thanks for watching, and, well, for Friday. So thanks for watching. See you next time, folks.